Victor Brooks from the Victor Brooks Show Facebook Live Quarantine Series. And you know what time it is. It's Sunday, 1:00 p.m. Pacific time, where we, myself and my co-producers, Christopher Brooks, Julie McKnight, and the incredible Wendy Vaughn, we just do our thing and what we can do. Let me start again. This watch party, I see it. Everybody start your watch parties. When you are, here we go, start. And we're on. And I thank everyone that starts their watch party. We all do. I mean, the emotions do their party. Thank you all so much. Love and respect to you. Thank you so much, Larry Dotson of the Barcades, and so many of our past guests. They contribute to this ongoing family affair of Positivity Posse, y'all. You know, that's what we call ourselves. And it's growing around the world, you know, and that gives us a sense of continuing this, you know, in our small way. You know, we always say we're not the big boys, we're not a major network, you know, we know that and we're okay with that. But we believe that our word of positivity is just as strong and just as needed for all of us every single day, and especially with what the world's going through right now, you know. So we thank you, Positivity Posse, for taking your time every Sunday at 1:00 p.m. Pacific time to come and spend this time with us, you know? And we're not trying to say that we're ignoring or trying to negate the seriousness of everything that's going on in the world right now. That's never what we're trying to do. But what we are trying to do is say it's okay to just kind of pull away for at least an hour, you know, once a week. If this is your hour once a week, then come on. I love you even more. Thank you so much. We're just always trying to say that there's always something to smile about, to be positive about. I was born, I know, a natural optimist, you know, I was. But God knows that through life, day to day, you know, even this week, come on, y'all, it's hard sometimes to try to find something to smile about. It is, that's just life, that's human nature. But if we feed that positivity, if we keep the coals burning in that positivity fire, oh yeah, it has a way of shooting out and drenching down that negativity in a lot of ways, y'all. And we know we're dealing with these two viruses right now, you know. It's the virus of the corona that put us all on pause, you know, that had us kind of sit back and kind of flip the script on our life, you know. But there's some positives in that. Regrouping, trying something new, or finishing something that maybe we started before, but now we have time to kind of sit back and do that, you know. Maybe call some family that we haven't spoken to in a while, you know. Rekindle that connection or keep that going in a lot of ways. I want to shout it out to our first responders that's always been on the scene, the doctors, the nurses, our medical crews. Always want to give it up to our truck drivers, our sanitation workers. And school started again. Many of you know I work within the Santa Monica School District, where we're the special ed department, and it's just one of my positivities. That's a great positivity to be able to work with my students now online, but we're working together, and I see those smiles, and I know it's different for them, you know. So we're all kind of flipping around and doing what we need to do, but we're gonna be okay. And that second virus, y'all, of racism, that's been here generationally, unfortunately. We know what time it is with that as well, especially here in the US of A. But I also, you know, there's the positivity through this all has been the voice of our young people who started this whole thing of the signs. And I got something I want to say, the protest, you know, protest, write your song, say what you want to say, you know, create those poems. And all of our creatives, our young creatives, and even creatives my age or older, you know, this is really, really the essence of what we have as artists, y'all, to put it together, shoot it back out, and try to make sense to ourselves and others to pull us through at this time, y'all. I love you so much, Positivity Posse. And I have to say, this week, knowing that I was coming online to share once again this time with all of you, put a smile on my face. Just the thought of it, you know, just to know that I'm going to once again be able to connect on, even virtually, to be able to give the love and positivity that I want to shoot out, that Chris and Julie and Wendy want to shoot out, but then also get it right back, which you always do during the times of our watch parties and even after when you send those emails. Thank y'all. Thank you so much. I can feel it. We can feel it. You know, I really do also this week, you know, actually, I believe the day before yesterday, we unfortunately lost another musical icon, another lady of soul, a genuine pioneer in the world of music, and especially soul music. And I'm talking about the one and only Edna Wright of the iconic classic group, you know, Honeycomb. Let me just read a tribute here. Edna Wright, who was also the baby sister of Darlene Love. We all love as well Darlene, and much respect to Darlene, and prayers for Darlene and the whole family at this time, you know. Edna Wright is best known for the 4 years she spent as the lead singer of the female vocal trio Honeycomb. But the Los Angeles native had a long resume before forming that well-known group and remained active in the group long after Honeycomb's breakup. Honeycomb enjoyed their biggest hit of all when Want Ads soared to #1 on both the R&B and pop charts. Other major hits followed, including Stick Up, a #1 R&B and #11 pop hit. The Day I Found Myself was another hit. It was a ballad. And the Latin influenced One Monkey Don't Stop No Show. Y'all remember that one, which reached #5 on Billboard's R&B singles chart and #15 on its pop singles chart. Edna Wright was a true music icon and 100% positive soul. I guess we could say an original member of the Positivity Posse. This quote from Edna Wright sums it up when she talks about her hit song, Want Ads. Check this out. Edna Wright said it was very positive. She said of Want Ads, it was about a girl that was just really tired of stupid. She was the kind of girl who knew how to say no and knew how to reach for what she wanted. Miss Wright also added, I always try to put out positive songs that reflect that I can watch also through life and say, yeah, that was me. I'm proud of that. Much love and much respect to the legacy and memory of Edna Wright. Thank you so much for your positivity and what you have given us through your gifts of music. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring on, like you hear me say, the incredible Wendy Vaughn, and that's going around too. When I get DMs, they say, much love to the incredible Wendy Vaughn. Wendy, how are you, girl?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much, Uncle.
Yeah, you know that's picking up around the world, the incredible Wendy Vaughn.
Oh, really?
It just shows you the power of words, right?
The power, boy. That's so funny you would say that. I've been researching the power of really saying your name. Ooh. It's something interesting about that, and it's connected to our brain. Sometimes when people are going through tough times, you know, they speak to themselves and they call themselves by their own names. And that puts a little bit of a distance. Look at my watch party over here trying to get on the feed. But, and so like you just said, though, the power of words. So thank you. I will accept that. Thank you for that incredible, Uncle.
You know, but you've been sharing your power of words through your podcast weekly, right?
Yes, I do. Sometimes I have somebody on with me. I had the pleasure of having you on, and boy, everybody was so blessed by your story, and some other people. But it's a self-love platform. That's really what has gotten me through. It has been a huge part of healing. And now when I'm learning more, it's so many things that go into that, and reprogramming who we really are, of course, who God says we are, because that's the true love right there. So, oh boy, I'm just called I Am Wendy with an I. Yep.
There you go. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, let's do our shout outs because people are loving this too. It's
yes.
Please, everybody, keep sending us what you love because that's what we want to keep giving back to you, you know? And the fact that you kept saying we love the shout outs, we love the bio reads, you know, that's the kind of stuff that we want to make sure that makes you happy. It makes us happy to make you happy. So,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I know one of the shout outs we definitely wanted to give is that our girl Melba Moore, one of our former guests, she has a new single out called Just Doing Me. And it's produced by George Pettis and Terry Hunter, written by Angela Pettis.
Come on now. And you know what, Wendy? Our positive, as you know, my sister, your auntie Julie, is in the dance world as well. And she said, Vic, Melba's song, she's getting calls from DJs and people from all over the world, here and abroad, that are saying Melba Moore's song is just blowing up. Just Doing Me. And I mean, you know, that just gives testament to the artistry of Melba Moore.
I love that. No, that woman got an energy about her. She goes on YN's Instagram Live all the time and talk. We have so much fun with her. Boy, that is wonderful. I'm so happy to hear that.
Yes.
So then we also have another former guest, Larry Dotson.
Oh, yes.
His book is doing very well and it's out. So y'all look for that. And he has a new single called I'm Good, and it's just finished his music video that I'm pretty sure is going to be out there. Wow, look at that. That's
this
fly.
Book is a read and a half. He keeps it real as only Larry Dotson, one of the funk masters, can do. He keeps it real in this book.
Yes, he was one of our.
He has a new video out now of his single.
He has exactly his single I'm Good. He has a new video. So I'm sure we can catch that on his Facebook and also probably YouTube.
That's right.
And then we have Larry. He was one of our first. He was the one who let me know that his band, the Barcades, were the ones that played on one of the Emotions' first singles. I could not believe that.
And you see what's behind me? I keep this watch stacks right here, right over my shoulder. That's it. So who else we got, girl?
We got Salima Nimoy, my girl.
Salima.
Her book on Amazon is literally one of the best sellers in 2 categories. Since I Lost My Baby. Y'all gotta check this out. She's the female Forrest Gump in terms of where her life has taken her and all of the different insights that she has. Amazing read. Amazing.
Thank you, Salima. We love you, girl.
Yes. And we have Shirley Jones of Jones Girls.
Oh, Shirley.
Shirley, boy, that woman. I love that Egypt song. I'm already thinking it. So new single, I Won't Tell. It's still blowing up the indie charts internationally.
Come on now.
And her son, much like you got YN and me doing the Emotion thing, well, her son, Cam Jones, is over here. He redid Who Can I Run To?
Come on, Cam. Right on.
All right. And his single, an influence of his mom's original song, Who Can I Run To? It's completely out of sight. Y'all got to check that out. Clifton Davis, one of our other Positivity Posse originals, newly released album, Never Can Say Goodbye, with the BG Adair Trio, featuring vocal masters Take 6, woo!
Yes, that's right.
On the title track, and it's a mixture of jazz, bossa nova, soul. It's just an incredible work. Absolutely beautiful.
Oh my God. Yeah, keep on keeping on, y'all. And that, it brings us, doesn't it, Wendy, so much positivity of our own to be able to give back out. On this platform, it's all about giving, y'all. It's all about, helping each other and giving that support and that love. And that's all we want to do. And every time we get our past guests give us information about what updates of what they're doing and how we can't wait to get it on here and throw it back out, y'all.
Heck
so
yeah.
I'm so proud of that. That's true.
And then this last shout out makes me extremely excited because today is National Positivity Day. Now, I mean, every day in the U.S. there's another national day. Today is National Positivity Day, and we have these beautiful masks that were made by Boomer at the Remedy Yard. Boomer at the Remedy. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Here we go. Oh.
Wait a minute, y'all. We gotta check this one out. I gotta make this nice and blown out. Positivity Posse, y'all. I love that. I was so close to running over to your house this morning, grabbing mine. I'm not even playing. When you told me Auntie Cheryl was like, should I take her one? That is so fresh. Thank you so much, Boomer.
And you know what? Let me tell you something. When you get them, the feel is just comfortable. It's triple layered, and it comes all the way down as you see it hit your chin. You know, we have the double tie right now that goes, you know, here and here, but we're also about to order the 1-ear loop ones. You know,
all right.
to be able to come through. But I put it on yesterday, and just like start walking around, and you know, just trying to see the feel. And the responses I got was, you know, fantastic. It was like, yeah, positivity, or yeah, we need positiveness right now, and that just gave me a boost of beauty, you know. So
it reminds you that what comes out of your mouth just gives you that extra reminder, let it be positive, you know, because it really does send that message out to the world. So where can we get those? Because I mean, I know where you live, but where can other people get them?
You know what? We're going to sit down. I know we just ordered our promos right now.
Okay.
And we're sending out to all of our past guests.
Oh, awesome.
And they're going to start, you know, wearing them. And that's kind of a thank you along with other thank you gifts we're going to send and give. But then we'll be able to start ordering the end of this month, and for sure the top of October. Where we'll give the website where it is and how to make it happen and all that kind of stuff. We're giving back portions to certain, you know, organizations and foundations to be able to further help other causes, you know. Especially thanking Brother Bootsy Collins again. You know, Bootsy, it was an honor when he asked us to come on and join him with his Music Cares Foundation, where portions, or there's a fundraising where money's given to musicians during this time that, you know, a lot of us, we don't have gigs anymore right now.
That's true.
You know, so right on, Brother Bootsy. And,
go ahead, Bootsy.
Peppermint Patty, we love you. Thank you again. But that's it, Wendy. And Boomer, let me tell you something. Boomer at Remedy Yard, professional, honest, out of sight, and creative. I mean, the Remedy Yard, Boomer. That's
Yep. Check him out on Instagram. Well, thank you, Uncle. I'm going to let you go ahead.
Okay.
All right.
Love you, girl. Thank you.
Love you, too.
All right. Hey, everybody. Thank you, Brent Tucker, Tim Miner. Oh, my goodness. Tim Miner, one of the musicians I've respected like so many millions of others for so long. I mean, when we talk about an artist, come on, y'all. Tim Miner, much love and much respect, my brother. Eric Moore, Rafael Asuba. Rafael, if you see our logo there, the drawing artistic logo, that's Brother Rafael Asuba's work. We love you, man. Today, ladies and gentlemen, I have to tell you, as I always say in every episode, my heart gets full whenever any of these guests take the time to come on and share their journey, share their love, and most of all, share their positivity with not just myself, but with all of us. And as I see the world lining up here, giving love to Janice Marie Johnson, Taste of Honey, it just further affirms when I see France at 17 at 7, the Jazz Institute lining up and sending love to Janice Marie. When I see our writers and producers out of Brazil, muito obrigado Brasil, meu coração muito cheio agora. Saudade Brazil, muito te amo. My heart is full. I love you, Brazil. Thank you so much for taking your time here today. But when I see Brazil lining up, when I see our people out in Chicago lining up, you know, it gives a testament to the love that has been given, reciprocated back and forth through Janice Marie and Taste of Honey, and us giving it back to her. Let me read, as you know, the bios, which many of you say you love. Let me go into this real here for a moment, and then we're going to get on camera and we're going to talk to the incredible Janice Marie Johnson. Janice Marie Johnson of Taste of Honey, a celebrated pop R&B disco icon, captivates audience of all generations with her music. From her timeless melodies to the infectious rhythms of her bass, Janice Marie's stellar musicianship is always the heart of her hit-filled, roof-raising performances around the world. Janice Marie's proof is definitely in the pudding, with multiple gold and platinum international hits, 3 Grammy nominations, and a Grammy Award. As the leader and co-founder of A Taste of Honey, Janice Marie has kept the groove alive since the group's 1971 beginning. A Taste of Honey took the industry by storm when for 3 weeks they claimed the #1 spot on the Billboard pop charts with her hit single, Boogie Oogie Oogie, and won the coveted Grammy Award for Best New Artist. As the writer of Boogie Oogie Oogie, Janice Marie received a Grammy nomination in the Best Rhythm and Blues Song category. The song also, check this out, also scored the group a nomination for Best Rhythm and Blues Vocal Performance by a Duo, Group, or Chorus. A Taste of Honey's album and single is certified gold and platinum internationally. A Taste of Honey joined the ranks of an elite group of beloved musicians. They were the first Black group to receive the Grammy Award for the Best New Artist. Janice and A Taste of Honey was also the first Capitol Records artist to receive a platinum single and album. Hit #1 on the pop, R&B, and dance charts, plus be nominated and win the Grammy Award Best New Artist of the Year. That's just a tip of the iceberg, ladies and gentlemen, and another reason of my pride, my love, and respect for the one and only Janice Marie Johnson. Janice, are you there to join us on camera?
Bringing her on right now.
Okay. Yeah, y'all. I mean, when I say the tip of the iceberg, that's it. That's it.
Was that my bio?
I did. That was definitely your bio. Can you see us, Janice?
I can see you now. This thing kept saying, undo this, undo that. I'm just pushing buttons, trying not to knock this down. So that was my bio you were reading. That's amazing.
Not only can you see us, we can definitely see you. And how fantastic are you looking, girl? Thank you so much for joining us today, Janice.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you so much. You've got my niece on there with you. Hey, Miss Wendy.
That's right.
Auntie Janice.
You know, we like to.
You know, it's all in the family. I have to tell you right quick. Guess what group won that Grammy Award for the best R&B song or whatever? What was that category? The Emotions.
The same year.
That year, they won that song. They won. That's why we didn't get that award. They got it. My sister got it.
So this has been a family affair since forever. Since forever.
Yes, absolutely.
Because now that you mention the Emotions, now we met through my big brother Wayne Vaughn and your brother Wayne Vaughn.
That's correct.
You and Wayne go back to LACC, right? I mean, that's
correct. We went to college together.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. We went to college together. He was my ace coon boom in his, I think it was souped up Charger he used to drive, you know.
Go ahead, Wayne. Before you got that drop-top Cadillac, right?
Yeah, well, you know, as he got older, he got into a little bit more luxury. Years to do that to you. You want that comfort. You don't want that bounce again. You know, you want
exactly.
that smooth ride.
Right. Janice, you've heard me say one of the things I've always connected and respected about you, sis, is your positivity. You don't need a positivity day, official positivity day. You are positivity, right? I mean, like, what is your positivity? I ask that of everybody. What's your positivity?
You know, you really do have to keep every day positive. You know, I went through so much growing up in my life. I know we all come from, well, not all of us. Some of us are privileged. I'm not one of them. But a lot of us have come from dysfunctional families. And we had a lot of obstacles along the way. And the only way to move forward and have faith in tomorrow is to believe that tomorrow will be a better day. And even when something terrible happens to you and you're down and depressed, turn the news on and see what did not happen to you today. If, you know, because there's a lot worse things going on in the world than those things that we complain about. And I know that it's all relative to what's going on in your life, but we can rise above anything
Come on.
Anything.
Yes, we can. Yes, we can. Come on.
And I've always believed that. I have always believed that. You know, my brother, since I was maybe 5 years old, he's the one that really kept me positive. That and the Sheenway School, my mentor. But at 5 years old, my brother would say to me, "My sister Janice can beat you guys running watch. I'm sure she can do that." And he said, "What do you think, Janice?" I said, "Yeah, I can do that." I didn't know whether I could or not. These guys are 12 years old.
Right.
I knew I was fast, but he knew something I didn't know. He had me run a 50-yard dash. No one can catch me at 50 yards. Now, if I had to go 51 yards, those 12-year-old legs would have won. So but he had me believing from a young age that anything is possible. Look, my sister Janice, she'll put those snakes around her neck. Won't you, Janice?
Right.
Sure, I will.
That's right. That's
right. People make you, you just believe.
That's right. And you know what? But see, that gives testament to what I was just saying of how I felt about you and what I've noticed about you ever since I've known you is that sense of it's not going to, it ain't going to get me down. Janice, I've never got the fact that, that you tried to ignore that negativity is happening, but you also proclaim that positivity is going to take us through. It's going to be.
You know what I believe?
What?
We all go through negativity. We all go through depression and sorrow and hurt and pain. Go there. Don't pretend it doesn't exist.
That's right.
But you can't stay there. Because the truth is, the only way out is through. You have to go through the pain. If you try to go around it, you're going to get stuck. You try to go above it, there's no way out. There's no way under. You have to go through it. And you will get to the other side. And guess what? There's sunshine over there. And you're going to be a bigger person, a better person, a more knowledgeable person when you get there.
That's right.
Trust me.
That's right.
I've been through some pain in my life. And that Sukiyaki album,
yes.
All the songs on there, Don't You Lead Me On, Goodbye Baby, I'm Talking About You. Oh, they're all broke, Rescue Me. I mean, I was in so much pain, but that was my therapy. By the time I got through that album, I was healed.
Come on.
You got to go through the pain. You can't ignore it. You have to go through it.
Janice.
And then make sure that pain is real pain, because sometimes you're thinking about someone else has caused you pain. No, you may have allowed someone to do some things that have caused you pain. So we have to check ourselves, and how much dignity we have in our own life, and stand there, stand in it.
That's right. Stand.
It's not easy.
It's not
easy.
And
that's what makes it special.
That's what makes it special. It gives you something to write about, which takes me to what you just said, the power of artistry, right? Especially in times like these, you dig? Where we had, you just, shared with us about one of my favorite tunes, Rescue Me, right? But how that album was a testament of what you were going through. And then as an artist, you were able to pen and paper that, you dig, and then share it with us. And it's still standing the time to this day, still helping folks in their own way, or still sharing with people what it is. What do you feel the artist's mission? I'm talking specifically as artists, young artists, older artists, especially during these times. What's our mission right now?
We have been blessed with an opportunity to put into words feelings that others are feeling that they're not able to express. I mean, my heart goes out to people who don't have music in their lives. I don't know how they survive. You have people, the 9-to-5ers, well, no one's hardly doing 9 to 5 anymore. Everybody's working around the clock. Yeah. But to not have that music influence in your life, any kind of creative influence, I don't care whether you're sketching, you're doing poetry, whatever it is that allows you to express yourself creatively, is all very powerful because it gets it out. It gets it out of you. And other people are going through what you've gone through.
Come on.
And everyone doesn't have that creative gene. Some of them just have that brain gene, and they're not able. So we're able to help people express themselves and get to the other side of their pain through our music and through our creativity or through the art, whatever it is that you're contributing to the world. It's very important. And I feel absolutely blessed to be a vehicle to do that.
That's right. That's right. That is what my mother used to say. That's a show enough blessing right there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's so healing to me because I remember when we had, like a lot of us remember, Nina Simone had her Mississippi Goddamn that took us through a feeling of that time. Gil Scott-Heron had his, still to this day. So on and on throughout history, there's been art that has helped us through, you know, even the marches, when we watch the John Lewis tributes, music and singing and song. I'm getting chills thinking about it.
Absolutely.
That, you know, it's something that's there.
It sets the tone. You know, it can set the tone either way.
That's
It
right.
can be positive, it can be negative.
That's right. That's right.
Either way.
When did the entertainment bug hit you?
I'm trying not to cut this off while I push this in my ear. You know, I have been entertaining since I could probably crawl, before I could walk. Most people say since they walk. My father was an entertainer. In fact, my mother met him. He was a keyboard player and a singer in a band. So when I was growing up, there was always music in the house. My father had built a stage for my sister Sharon and I to perform. We'd sing Dakota Staten, you know, Billie Holiday on our little stage. We had our microphone. So it's always been in me. I don't remember a time when it wasn't in me or it wasn't around me. It's, you know, I almost didn't have a choice.
I got you. I got you. And I remember you mentioning that at a young age, you met a mentor in your life, Aunt Dolores, at a young age, right? Now, was she instrumental in also helping that seed of entertainer to grow?
I met Aunt Dolores when I was attending St. Cecilia's. I was 10 years old. I'll be 67 in January. So that tells you how long she's been my mentor, and she's still my mentor. You know, my father died when I was 7, so there's a lot of stuff going on in my house. I'm not going to get into that. I'll save that for the book. But Mother Sheen came to the school, and one of the one of the nuns, I think it was Sister Thomasita, announced that there's a workshop that's opening up after school. A young lady by the name of Dolores Sheen Blunt was hosting a program that would offer dancing and acting and karate and, you know, after school workshops and stuff like that. So my sister Sharon and I, we were always singing. We used to host our own talent shows in the backyard. Well, actually, even at a young age, those were rent parties, okay?
Okay.
Those 45-cent rent parties. They were paying to get into our talent show. Right. So when we were singing, we had all kinds of stuff going on, but we didn't have any direction, you know. So I went running over there when the school bell rang, and I ran up to this lady standing in the doorway, and I said, "Can you make me a star? Can you make me a star?" I didn't say hello. I didn't say, "How are you?" I didn't say, "My name is Janice." All I wanted to know was, "Can you make me a star?" And Mother Sheen, I called her Mother Sheen because back then she was Mother Blunt. Like I said, her name is Quinlock Sheen Blunt. Now she's Aunt Dolores. I'll get into that later.
Okay.
But she said, "Well, let me see what you can do." And I started singing. You know, we had our little routine. Stop in the name of the people, and all whatever other songs are out there. And she said, "Okay, you'll do, but we have to find some originality. Come on in." And she just went down to the next person. And long story short, throughout the years, I was the only person that stuck with her. She had me believing I could fly.
Wow.
I could do anything because you know what? She teaches you how to think. A lot of times learning how to think for yourself is reserved for college. No, She starts you young. She starts you young being a leader. She took me out of my environment. I was performing at the Memory Lane. Remember Marla Gibbs' Memory Lane?
Marla was just on last week talking about it.
Well, that was before Marla owned it. You know, she had that was a jazz. I was opening up for the Jazz Symphonics. I opened up for Miles Davis when I was 12. I had no idea when he was playing Marty's on the Hill. She had me in Vegas. We were there with the New Prince Minstrels. That's back when Kenny Rogers was still a bass player. That was his first career. So she takes you out of your environment. She takes you into situations that you would have to rise to become a part of. I mean, she had us doing interviews with the press. We're performing for all these different people. I became a member of Astra at 16 because of Mother Sheen, taking us to background sessions.
Go ahead.
So whatever your life's dream is, she supports that. I tell you, she had me believing I could fly. I could do anything if I was willing to do the work. You have to be willing to do the work.
That's right. And just
so right now,
the beauty of her mentorship at that age. Oh my God, I'm sorry, but that just hit me. Much respect to Mother Sheen.
No, she's still a mentor. You can believe it. You know, back when I was 12, I was babysitting for Tina Turner because of Mother Sheen.
Okay.
Now, I don't think Tina Turner knows that because really, I was babysitting for her babysitter when Mother Sheen and her went out in the Rolls Royce.
Okay.
But I got to see how successful entertainers live. You know, I had vocal lessons with Howlett Smith. Mother Sheen arranged for the vocal lessons. Howlett Smith, he just passed last year, actually. He was the writer of Nancy Wilson's Let's Go Where the Grass is Greener, Spanky Wilson's Last Day of Summer. He's the writer of Little Altar Boy.
Yeah.
So if you know that song, he's been around. So she put us with professional people who could train our ear. And she had me studying karate. I took all kind of dance lessons, you know, jazz dance, ballet, you name it. I was taking it to prepare me for being an entertainer. And I remember her saying when I would perform, she said, bigger movements. How are they going to see you in the last aisle? Make it big.
Right.
You know, and it's still one thing she also taught me. One more time in rehearsal, it doesn't mean one more time.
Okay.
Do it until you get it right.
Break that down. What do you mean when you say that?
She'll say, okay, one more time. Start from the top. One more time. One more time. If you don't get it right on that one more time, you're going to have about 20 or 30 one more times after that. So one more time really means again.
Again.
And again and again.
So
but yeah, the Sheenway School, you know, once Mother Sheen, like I said, she took us all over the country, took us out of our comfort zone. You'd be surprised how many young Black folks, especially in the 60s, did not travel out of a 5-mile radius of their home. They had no idea that there were options for them available. They never saw them. There wasn't anything on television. The only Black person on television was Amos and Andy.
Gotcha.
And then Julia came on. Well, Julia was a rich Black lady living in a rich white world. I couldn't relate to that. So, but she would take us into other areas and show us all of this is available for you, to you. So when A Taste of Honey in 71, when the singing group disbanded, Mother Sheen and her father went on to form the Sheenway School, and I went on to form A Taste of Honey.
Now, you know what? It's almost like you are on my note thing here. We just got this thing going on right now because that was my next point. With the tutelage and mentorship that I'm gonna call her aunt. Tell her she got a new nephew.
Aunt Dolores.
I'm gonna call her that from now on. Now,
okay.
That, you know, with all of the blessing of mentorship that she gave to you and so many others, but specifically you. When did that start transforming what you just mentioned now into the world or journey of Taste of Honey? Tell me
it started at the very beginning of me meeting her because she was my preparation.
Okay.
She was my preparation. A Taste of Honey may have never been formed had I not had the training I had with Mother Sheen. Because here's the deal. My singing group, there's a singing group called The Taste of Honey that was just before the band The Taste of Honey. It only lasts 3 months. But all the time that I was working with Mother Sheen, our group was called, well, no, not all the time. The first part of it was called The Uniques. And then we found there was a Unique, so we changed it to The Qniques. But for the most of the years, it was Soundstage number 1. Okay. And so, in all of that preparation, she and her tutelage is the one who prepared me, showing me how to move, putting me with the people I needed to be with, to become a professional. I was a professional at 12 years old. Does that mean you're getting paid for what you do? Would that make you a professional?
I got you.
I was getting paid way back then, but without her all the lessons along the way, that was all preparation for the future. Because remember, the first thing I asked her was, can you make me a star? So she was grooming a star the whole time, even though I didn't know. That's what she was doing.
So now you're ready for, and I can't let it go until I give Aunt Dolores one more much respect to what she's done and still doing. And I can't wait we're going to get into more of the Sheenway School backstory and present story, because I really want our Positivity Posse to really know the power of what Sheenway School is doing around the world right now. But please tell me and give us, there's no way, as my Positivity Posse knows, the guests that we're bringing on, we can't condense the whole career and story in 30 minutes, 20, 40 minutes. But please give us a backstory of Taste of Honey. How did it all start?
You want that in how many minutes? You know how long it takes Honey to put together?
As long as
you know, we're old school, okay? We got a whole lot of years to talk about, okay?
Right.
The beginning is Mother Sheen. And I call her Mother Sheen because back then she was Mother Blunt. So now she's Aunt Dolores, but I still call her Mother Sheen. I'm trying to remember that she goes by Aunt Dolores now, so I have to remember that.
I got you.
But the backstory is that once, I'll skip forward to 1970.
Okay.
My group, Soundstage number 1, Mother Sheen had scheduled an audition. She had arranged an audition for the Princess Cruises line, tour line, and we were auditioning to be singers in one of the rooms on the ship, so we thought. Anyway, when we get to the audition, there's a band there that's going to be our backup band. I forget the name of the band, but in that band is the bass player, Perry Kibble. And that band, along with the guitar player and the drummer, we went on the road to Montana, 1970. I mean, what am I, 16, 17, whatever. Mother Sheen's got us going on the road. And when that band disbanded, Perry and Kibble and I, the bass player, decided to start A Taste of Honey. Actually, I asked him to teach me how to play bass. I was already playing bass when I met him, but not really correctly.
Okay.
So he touched me up on a few of the bass lines, and we formed the group A Taste of Honey. Actually, I formed the group A Taste of Honey, which was 2 girls and 2 guys, and Perry was our music director. He would get our harmonies and stuff together, and our whole goal of that singing group A Taste of Honey was hopefully to be discovered within 3 months. So when that didn't happen,
okay.
that group broke up, and I told Perry, I said, we may as well be our own band. We can depend on us.
Right.
So he said, well, okay, we can't have 2 bass players. I said, well, you gotta play keyboards then. So, we started playing keyboards and we started playing bass, and I started learning these songs. And so one of the first songs I learned was the Carole King song, I Feel the Earth Move Under My Feet. Dun, 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 I feel the earth move. So I'm playing that song. In 3 weeks, I had learned completely vocals, bass, everything. 3 songs. I think it was It's Your Thing, Carole King, and I actually forget the other song. But so we started gigging. 2 weeks after the band was formed, it was just 2 of us, Perry and I. We started gigging. Now, that's what I was calling a gig. I don't know whether you remember Mr. Woodley's and Doodle Center and all these other places that actually had talent nights on Wednesday, Thursday, or whatever, Tuesday. So that's what I call gigging. I went and I played those same 3 songs and forever until I got all of the mistakes out. And then I told Perry, Perry, we need a guitar player. I said, I know a guitar player. I'm gonna get Carlita Doran. Now, Carlita Doran was actually one of the vocalists in the singing group Soundstage number 1, the predecessor to the singing group A Taste of Honey. And so I said, I got the guitar player. So I brought Carlita over there. And he said, well, where's the guitar? I said, well, she doesn't have one. She doesn't own one. So I said, you're going to teach her how to play guitar. If you're teaching me how to play bass, then you can teach her how to play guitar. Like, I figured he knew how to play guitar because Perry's talented like that. Gotcha. He's one of those kind of musicians that can just associate the strings and the keys and put it together and automatically go to where the chords are. He visualizes it. It's a special gift. I don't have that gift. My gift is different.
Okay.
So Carlita started, she got a guitar and we learned those same 3 songs. We added 3 more that Carlita could sing. So now we have 6 songs. Yeah. So we're going back around to those same places. So we figured now we need a drummer. We auditioned a whole bunch of drummers, but keep in mind, the band has only been together like 3 or 4 months. So what drummer in their right mind is going to play with the band where the bass player and the guitar player has only been playing 3 or 4 months? We only knew 6 songs.
Yeah, I got you.
My fingers are still sticking out when I hit the keyboard. I mean, I'm trying to sing and play. At the same time, I never had the opportunity to just play. Yeah. I'd like to have known what that was like. I was always dividing my attention between singing and playing. Okay. So, we started gigging around town, and then we actually got our first paying gig at a place called, got to back up.
Yeah. We
finally found a drummer that would play with us. His name was Donald Johnson. He came and he rehearsed with us. He said, okay, I'll play with you guys. So now we have 4 pieces. Perry's on keyboard, me on bass, Carlita's on guitar, and Donald Johnson on drums. So we played our first gig at Elsie's Hideaway. It's a pool hall over on Washington Boulevard, just east of La Brea.
Okay.
So we're in there playing our music, and we made $12.50 a night.
Come on now.
First gig. And I'll never forget, I was playing that, I'll Take You There. That song has come on the radar now. And I was singing and playing that. It had that bass solo. Let me tell you something. I hadn't been playing for about 6 months, okay?
Okay.
That guy turned a strobe light on. That neck started moving all by itself. I couldn't tell where I was, because back then I was so new. I didn't know my neck. I was just memorizing the moves. So if my hand was just off 1/2 fret, everything was a disaster.
Gotcha.
And sure enough, it was. And it's so funny because I kept hitting the wrong notes, and they kept saying, "That's okay, start over." That's something you never do. You never start over, okay? I kept starting over, and I said, "Wait a minute, somebody cut this strobe light out." It wasn't until they cut the strobe light off that I got the bass solo. But so it went on from there. A lot of people don't realize that over the years, the Taste of Honey, we used to have horns. We had horns. We always had horns. And male lead singers. I was never the lead singer. We always had guys doing the lead singing, and we just couldn't keep them around. So get tired of having that turnover. So look, we'll just do it ourselves. But then when Carlita quit, 76, we got Hazel, and we got a record deal in 77, and here we go.
Now you talk about on-the-job training. That story you just gave us. And also how it's driven by the passion of artistry. This is just something, hey, I got to do this. This is just who I am.
I was determined. I was going, are you kidding? That's so low, and I'll take you there. I'm going to get that right.
Exactly. So now you had your on-the-job training. You started out, that was beautiful, the story and realness of the first professional $12 a night gig, getting through it to get to it. And now, Taste of Honey, Hazel is aboard. You're now officially, who was your first signing, your label signing? And how did, all of that get started? Because you all came out the box hitting. From the get.
Well, no, we didn't come out the box here. That's like saying we're an overnight success after 40 years.
Well, when I say out the box,
no, I know.
Back to back, that kind of what you did.
Well, what had happened was.
Yeah, give me that.
What had happened was, back in the day, when bands played nightclubs, we owned that nightclub. That was our nightclub. No other band played at that nightclub. We played there 6 days a week. Okay. Sunday evening to Saturday night. No, I take that back. We were off on Sundays, whatever it was. I don't remember. 6 days a week. Yeah, because it was off because they had jazz on Sundays. Anyway, that was our club. So we managed to book a gig at the Etc. Club. But keep in mind, when the Taste of Honey was gigging prior to Boogie, we did a lot of overseas work. We played a lot in Japan. We played in Africa, in Morocco. In Morocco, we did a lot of USO and Navy tours. So we didn't play a lot of the local clubs like what's that famous club in Los Angeles? Oh, did you play there? Nope, we didn't play there. We played Maverick Flat. We never played there. People say, "Oh, I saw you at Maverick Flat." I must have been in the audience, because we were playing the outskirts. Okay. Outskirts. We weren't playing so much in the city. We were playing out in Downey, Pomona, and places like that. So when we finally landed a good gig at the Etc. Club, everybody wanted that gig. That's right across from A&M Records in 76. People came through there to watch us, to look at us and check us out. I forget the guy from A&M came by. He passed on us. A lot of people passed on us. And then Larkin Arnold came. Larkin Arnold. There we go. And he signed us. And you know what? We probably wouldn't have got that deal had it not been for us stepping up and playing at a wedding that we were not scheduled to perform at. I got a call about 2 o'clock one morning. I was going to the wedding of Wayne Tweed, who at that time was the bass player with Smokey Robinson. He was getting married. And for once, I'm going to get to be a guest. Musicians will always have to perform at these places. I'm going to get to be a guest. Maybe I even catch the bouquet. Who knows? He calls me at 2 a.m. Maybe it's 2:30 because I just got home. He said, "Janice, the band canceled. Can you guys play at the wedding?" The wedding's in his backyard. I said, "Are you kidding? Well, let me call everybody. Because the wedding's the next day, Sunday afternoon. We still have, So anyway, we played at the wedding, and at that wedding were 2 guys, 2 doctors, Dr. All Stallworth, Dr. Lemon McMillan, who had 2 friends that they went to college with, who happened to be Larry Mizell and Fonz Mizell, who also had another friend that all 4 of them had gone to college with, which happened to have been Larkin Arnold, who was vice president of VP of Capitol Records.
That's right. That's right.
So
Now
it
you
was
know,
connected.
now, Lark and Arnold. Now, when we talk, let me ask you this too, Janice. Before we even get to winning the Grammys and the platinums and the golds, Boogie Oogie Oogie's birth started where? The song itself. Because you mentioned before, like even before,
Right.
right? Please give us that backstory.
Well, let me back up just a little bit.
Talk to me.
When I called the song Boogie Oogie Oogie, Larkin, yeah, I'm telling on you. Change that title. It's too elementary. And take those darn braids out of your hair. It's too ethnic. You know, the ones I had going on to the side with the gold beads.
Yes.
That's the worst thing you can tell this girl. Don't do that when I believe in something, right? So with all the time he's saying change the title, because he's real cool. He's not going to show you your emotions, his emotions. So we're in the office at Capitol Records, and he's just as calm, staying as still as he can be, had a look on his face like, I don't give a hoot. But his foot under the desk was going crazy. So I wasn't buying it. He's loving it. So look at that foot. So actually, to answer your question, Boogie Oogie Oogie started off in New York.
Okay.
And I don't know if it was Larkin Arnold, whomever it was, however they did it.
Yeah.
I'll put it like that.
Yeah.
Had arranged for Boogie Oogie Oogie to be played for 2 weeks, every hour on the hour, WBLS. That's where it started.
Wow.
And it blew up from there.
When did you write that tune, Janice? How did that writing?
That was one of the last songs added. You know, we were performing at March Air Base. We were already in the studio working on the album then. And, you know, I had forgotten that the Air Base has a big turnover, you know, so you're not going to always get the same people. And I'm thinking, well, we were there quite a few times when Carlita was in the band. We had never performed there when Hazel was with us. But, so we had learned all the top 40 songs, you know, want to be current.
Right.
And got on stage and nobody was dancing. They're sitting there just staring at us. And I'm thinking, we didn't spend how many hours learning all this music? Y'all better get up. And so I had a little attitude. I never had the neck thing because I couldn't never get my neck to move sideways. But I did put my hand on my hip and I said, if you're thinking you're too cool to boogie, we've got news for you because everyone here tonight must boogie and you're no exception to the rule. So get on up on the floor because we're going to boogie, oogie, oogie till we just can't boogie no more. The whole first verse was written off the top of my head.
Come on now.
The great thing is that I had recorded that set because, like I said, we have all these new songs. Yeah. I recorded that set. And I went back to the hotel room and I was listening to the set and I heard that. I said, whoa, take off my bass, started playing a little bass line. Then I called Perry, I think I got a song, Perry. Yeah. So that was one of the quickest songs ever written. And the last one added to the album.
Come on, that's a gem you just dropped on me and my positivity right there. That whole thing, you know. And now with taking that, now the song is created, it's written, it's now part of your roster of recording. So now, please take us to the night of the Grammy Award. I know
no. I'm gonna back up just one day.
Okay,
I'm gonna take you to the rehearsal for the Grammy Awards because the Taste of Honey performed that night. You know, so we're there for the rehearsal the night before. We had dancers with us. They had to practice coming down the stairs, and so while we were there, they were rehearsing our category for Best New Artist, and they kept on saying, "And the Best New Artist is Best New Artist is Total," and the band would play Total. You know, because the orchestra had to be ready to play a drop of a dime, depending on who the artist was. This is live, y'all. This is no Nelly Vanelli stuff. This was live. So, and they would say, and the winner is Chris Rea, and the winner is The Cars, and the winner is Elvis Costello, which, by the way, those were all the people in our category. But they would all play, the orchestra would play their music. They never said, and the winner is The Taste of Honey. Not once. And besides, we had already known that the only Black artist that had ever won the Best New Artist was Natalie Cole. But no Black group had ever won Best New Artist, so we were not anticipating that we would win, especially after a rehearsal like that. So when they called our name, you know, we didn't have changed time. We had performed, had this beautiful dress that Hazel and I bought her beautiful dress we wanted to wear for the award part, but we didn't have time to get into it. So we had to run back in our costumes to our seats. And then when they called her name, we're just like sitting there. We didn't hear it. We heard Chris Rea, and the winner is Chris Rea. The winner is the Cars. And my people, that's you guys. And when we realized it, that emotion came so suddenly that just the tears immediately came. And both Hazel and I had taken our moms as our dates to the Grammys that night. Well, no, I know I took my mom.
Yeah.
I think Hazel was pissed because I took mine, then she had to change up her schedule. But anyway, stuff happens. So there was like one Kleenex. I think my mom had it. We're splitting it up, and people were nudging, "Go, that's you, that's you."
Exactly.
So Hazel and I are locking arms, and we're darn near running up to the stage. And there's these two guys trailing behind us, and it's so crazy because later on I saw it written somewhere that their dates must have been so excited because they ran up to the stage with them. No, guys, those are the original A Taste of Honey members, the two guys. They were not our dates. So anyway, we get to the stage, and I'm thinking, oh my God, didn't expect to win, prepared no speech.
Mm-hmm.
And truly, it would not have mattered if I had, because I was filled with emotion, all of us just filled with emotion. And I remember exactly what I said. I said, I want to thank God and you for making our dream come true. Thank you.
Oh, see there, still writing songs, still writing lyrics off the top of your head. Right.
But
there.
you know, I got to tell you even funnier story. Even though while I was performing or getting my award, one of those time periods, they stole all my gold jewelry from my dressing room upstairs. So that's my naive self. I shouldn't have left any gold or diamonds or anything in the dressing room. Right. During the show. Well, the show where somebody was stealing stuff out of the dressing room. But the craziest thing, you know, when I went back home, I'm lying in my bed. Actually, I'm lying on the couch in the living room, which is a big, huge, queen-size couch. And last time I looked at the clock, it was like 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm like in this daze. I can't believe I won. I can't believe we won. I can't believe, oh, wow. And so then the phone rings at 8 o'clock. I'm in like this deep sleep, and I wake up, and it's my Uncle Sonny. And he says, Jan, get your overalls. I need you down here at the beauty shop. We got to lay this pipe. And I said, Uncle Sonny, I said, I just won a Grammy Award. He says with his sentence enhancers, God, that was yesterday. Get your overalls on. I need you down here to the beauty shop. I can't do this without you. So people don't know. I come from a family of builders. I can do drywall. I can work, you know, wet saws. I can do all kinds of stuff. I don't tell you guys because then you'll be asking me. But don't ask me how something looks if you don't want my honest opinion.
Got you.
You know, better look like you hired somebody. So, okay, I get the overalls because you have to keep in mind, Uncle Sonny has built every studio I ever had. This is not someone you tell no to when he needs you.
I got you.
Grammy Award or no Grammy Award.
Uncle Sonny,
so
right.
I go down there to the studio. Go down there to the beauty shop on Washington near Hauser.
Okay.
Adams Boulevard near Hauser. And I'm underneath, and he's using all his sentence enhancers, throwing things, hold it straight, blah, 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 whatever he says. You know, we're used to that. We just ignore his words. We kind of get used to it. But meanwhile, the beauty shop is waiting on them to fix this pipe so they can do whatever they're doing. And I can hear the ladies saying, did you see the Grammys last night? Did you see A Taste of Honey? They won. They won. And they're all excited about A Taste of Honey. Janice Marie of A Taste of Honey is on the ground underneath this nasty, underneath the beauty shop, laying pipe with my uncle to help get your beauty shop up and running.
Right on. Right on. You talk about
keeping it real. Uncle Sonny keep it real.
Uncle Sonny wasn't having it. He said, I need your help today.
I need it. I don't care about all of that.
But you know what, Janice? That's another thing. You are real as real can get. And I wanted to ask you this too. Now, you mentioned about how you started the bass and how Brother Kibble was there to help you, start the foundation of that, your first gig, with the bass. Now you are Janice Marie, Taste of Honey, bass player. You are an Grammy Award winner, the whole 9 yards. And now you're included or welcomed or in the arena of legendary bass line creators. I mean, we got Nate Watts, we got Larry Graham, we got on and on and on, that you know their bass lines, okay? You know Janice Marie's bass lines. How did that feel? And was there any flack during that time? Was there any kind of like, she's a female, oh, da, 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 da. Did you breaking those barriers during that time?
Of course, there was flack. Of course. You know,
Exactly.
being a female bass player in this male-dominant bass playing world, even, okay, let me go back. Yes, there was flack. Yes, there were obstacles. Even when we got the at the record deal, Larkin Arnold even asked us, "Are you sure you guys can play these instruments? What do you think? We're plugged up to something?" After he signed us, he had his, well, you know, you are a female kind of attitude. But of course, even in college, and Wayne can tell you this, your buddy, Wayne Bond, Wanda Bond from The Emotions husband, we went to college together. I told you that earlier, right? So we're in class, right? String class. Their first day of string class, you know, you have the violas, the violins, the string bass, and, you know, cello. And so there are 11 people wanting to play the string bass. There are only 10 string bass available. So Mr. Desario, our teacher, says, well, one of you is going to have to play another instrument. Guess what all the guys did? They turned and looked at me as if I'm supposed to pick another instrument and play a cello or play something else. So I've always been a little outspoken. I've worked on my tact over the years. So I'm not sure what I said at that time, but I got my point across.
Yes.
And one of the points I know was because there were people, and even Wayne, he was a keyboard player. Mm-hmm. You know, other people played other instruments. I said, no, this is my first instrument. Those are your second and third instruments. No, I'm playing bass. And Mr. Desario, and all the bass in the class were K bass, a cheaper wood bass. What had happened was, Mr. Desario let all 11 bass players play bass. For me, he brought his incredible German bass from home for me to play in the class.
Okay.
Right on. But has it all along the way, you know, you try to get bass lessons on the side. People always trying to get more than that from you. You know, I'm not here for that. You know, it's always something, but you know, you stay true to yourself or what it is you're trying to do.
That's right.
And put them guys in their place. You know, it's so funny because there are a few guys, I was talking about that with Norma Wright, God rest her soul. I just heard that from you. I didn't know she had passed. Mm-hmm. You know, we've done quite a few gigs together. And actually, I interviewed her, and I may post that interview for another show that I had done years ago. And she was talking about, because, you know, she's a little bitty thing. She's all of 4'9". You know, I'm 5'4", and I'm stretching that with my, don't tell my driver's license, folks. But she said that, you know, it's always a battle, not just being a woman, but being a shorter person and dealing with men, that they don't take you serious. So you have to go into this, which guys would call B mode, just to get their attention. No, why can't we just be nice and say this to you? This is what we're thinking. But, you know, they looked at her and they look at me, and then these little women, we had to fight. We had to fight our way.
Right on.
But, you know,
and much
maybe bigger and stronger.
They make you strong, and we love the artistry that you used in your battle. Still today, it's standing strong. And you know, I want to know about the incredible. I don't know. I can use the word multi-talented, and I'm talking about Brother Sakamoto, Kyu Sakamoto. Music and you definitely can give us the detailed, real story of his legacy. But those of us who know of his journey as songwriter, his artistry through your love for his music and his melody started at a young age, and how did that end up connecting with your career?
Actually, Sakamoto Kyu is the singer of the song. Mr. A and Mr. Nakamura were the writers. But in 1963, Sukiyaki was a hit song here in the United States. You know, and you know, one of those kind of songs. It's kind of okey doke, kind of, but great melody. So as a child, I used to, like I mentioned, my father had built a stage for my sister and I. So I would put a bathrobe on, made a fan out of cardboard or wood, I forget what it was made out of, and I would pretend like I'm dancing and I'm singing the song. So years later, when disco records were being burned and Capitol Records, along with every other record company, was getting rid of their disco artists, or I was trying to figure out a way to survive, you know, this backlash of disco, and I was trying to think of a song that we could do. And then I heard on the radio, Ooh Baby Baby by Linda Ronstadt. And that's from that same time period that the original Sukiyaki, maybe Sukiyaki a few years earlier, but that was the first time that I realized that artists could actually record songs that they didn't themselves write. I thought all artists wrote their own songs. I didn't know, right? And so when I realized that, I said, oh, I had the perfect song, and I'm going to make it a love ballad. I'm going to slow it down. I'm going to change it to English. I saw the whole vision. I saw everything immediately when I thought of the song. So I contacted the publisher, got transferred what the song meant. I got 3 different translations. And I ended up rewriting the whole song. I ended up actually having the opportunity to tour Hazel and I with Sakamoto Kyu in Japan, the original singer. And actually, Sukiyaki 81, it was released here in 80. It was released in Japan in 1981. It revived his career. His song was re-released. You know, Sukiyaki did a lot of things for a lot of people, and I don't know whether you saw the George Duke interview. No, have you seen that? Okay, you need to log on. If you get an opportunity, log on to YouTube and just type in George Duke interview about A Taste of Honey. I had no idea that Sukiyaki, he gives me credit for making his career as a producer. I had no idea. He said that before Sukiyaki, the most he could expect to sell were 10,000 copies because he was doing jazz artists. But he said, you know, Janice fought for this song because he didn't want to do it. Nobody wanted to do it. Nobody wants to hear Japanese music. The record company said, once again, you're forbidden. Do not record it, you know. I'm going to do what I believe and pray that we'll find a way on the other end to get it out.
That's you.
You know, I had to do it. So, you know, he had credited me with that, and that just brought me to tears because he said after Sukiyaki, his phone started ringing. The Linda Ronstadt, Rod Stewart, you know, you name all the top people, started calling him, and his production career took off after Sukiyaki. I had no idea because in my mind, George Duke was huge. When we had him, I had no idea that he was frightened by us because of the success that we had. I had no idea.
Oh, that's a beautiful. That's a beautiful gem.
So, yeah, if you get a chance, go on there and watch the George Duke.
Hey, yo, Positivity Posse, check that out. Go log on to that interview there. But
I
that's
was shocked.
To your fight of belief that you've shared with us all through this interview here. If you feel it, you're gonna fight for it. That's Janice. That's the Janice-ness of it all.
Well, you know, that's all I know, and I've been fighting since I was a child, fighting just to be able to find 10 cents to go buy a candy bar. What do? You create some income of your own because your parents can't give it to you. You know, I created a head scratching company at 10 years old.
Go ahead.
Literally, scratching heads.
There you go.
Literally, 50 cents a head. You know how many heads you have to scratch to make $40 on one weekend? I had everybody at the Methodist Church coming to my head scratching on the front porch on 45th and Budlaw. Okay.
Okay, right.
So you do what you have to do, and I think that it's definitely been an asset and a benefit to have not been raised with a silver spoon in my mouth because it makes you a more compassionate person for others, and that's something we really need. We need that right now.
And you know what, Janice, that even grows into your second, or not even second, your additional heart's passion, which is giving back. And I want to bring in the number one, please give us the whole of the Sheenway School mission. When I was reading what you sent me, and then I started reading other things, and then y'all are doing some incredible stuff, not just here, but in Africa, you know?
Right.
Tell us
well,
about
like I mentioned earlier, when I left Soundstage Number One, after coming back, I think our last place we performed was Soundstage Number One. And at that time, Aunt Dolores was our manager. So, and a member of the group. It was one of the girls that quit, so she was singing with us and managing the group. So when that group disbanded, in 71. We came back from the road. Mother Sheen and her father founded the Sheenway School. And then I co-founded A Taste of Honey. So she went this way and I went that way. It was time for me to put all the lessons learned to work.
Work. There you go.
You know, just apply all the lessons I learned along the way. So that's what I did. I went this way and she went that way. So they actually started the school in 1971. It started off with just preschool. And one reason we started in the first place goes all the way back to the Watts riots in 65 when you know, a lot of our community was being burned down and Blacks didn't really have an opportunity for business and entrepreneurship. So Herbert Sheen, Dr. Herbert Sheen, who was Mother Sheen's father and my physician friend at that time, he offered low interest loans to anyone who wanted to start a business, or no interest loan. And come to find out, every one of them failed because they did not have the education to run a business.
Right.
They have a great idea, but if you don't know how, and you don't even know who to turn to get help, keep in mind, this is all before the internet. You can't just type in and see how to do this, you know, how to do that. So he decided that he had to start with education. So that's when the Sheenway School in 71 started with preschool and grew to kindergarten, first grade, until it ended up being all the way through high school.
Gotcha.
And so we have a day school, 5 days a week, and enrichment courses, after school programs. Low battery mode.
Okay, I got you.
Low. Hey, I thought I was plugged in.
That's all right.
Anyway, so you know, and enrichment courses is part of what I did with the Sheenway School. So that school, we're going into our 50th year.
Right on.
And I think it was 1995. We opened up the school, our sister school in Safakope, West Ghana. Okay. So that's 25 years.
Come on. Teaching
the kids not only the basics of education, but how to think for themselves, how not to be a follower, because that's important. You can't just listen to what someone else is telling you. You know, you have to learn how to think for yourself. We prepare them for their future, for the real world, how to communicate, how to have your own business. I mean, you go to sheenwayschools.org, SHEEN schools, plural.org, you'll see we have a bakery program where we have an entrepreneurship program, Sheenway Student Bakery. So much stuff, so much going on. I would please ask you to go to the site, the Sheenway School site, but also we have all hands on deck for EduTech, EDUTECH on GoFundMe for Sheenway, because we're 501c3 corporation. Never have we received any government funding, because if you receive government funding, they want to tell you how to teach. They want you to teach for the test, not for life. You know, we teach real history.
Yeah, there you go.
Not the history and the regular. We teach real history. Gotcha. You know, and real life conditions and how to deal with the outside world, how to survive, how to do a job interview, how to do this, how to do that. Yeah. You know, real life stuff. So, but we have a GoFundMe page that we need to raise money for our schools here and our labs, because our demographics have changed. We're trying to balance out the student body also. And a lot of people don't have money for private schools.
Yeah. Yeah.
They just don't. So we need scholarships. When the kids go on field trips, they'll end up in Ghana. We're not talking about going to Disneyland. They'll go to Washington, D.C. They'll go places that are going to help them in their life. So, it's a lot going on. It's really hard to explain in this short period of time that we have. But I will say that no one does anything alone, and without help, we won't survive. We haven't gotten this far without the help of other people who see the need. We help the children. They are our future.
Yes,
they are the ones that they are depending on us.
Right.
So
that's right.
And had it not been in my life, had Sheenway experience not been in my life, I honestly don't know what I would be doing.
Gotcha.
Because it helps focus you. It helps you. Not only that, it lets you explore a lot of different things, so you know what you're good at.
Yes.
How do you know what you want to be when you're grown up? When you have never been exposed to it. A variety of things. You don't know that you may be interested in being, something else, a zoologist, because you've never even been to the ocean.
That's right. When you get a chance to look back, Janice, our positivity posse, you're getting hand waves, you're getting right-ons, you're getting people saying chills. I mean, this is what it's all about. It's going full circle. Started with entrepreneurs. and through the tutelage that she gave to you, and it lasted through you and your ability to fight. You keep fighting with your Janicism and all of the accomplishments even to this day, and now you're continuing to give back to
Well, like I said, I'm still there. I started off as Sheenway's first student.
Yes.
And I am now the president of the Sheen Educational Foundation. I'm also a teacher there.
Go ahead.
You know, I teach Nihon Buyo. You know, I teach whatever I can. I teach because if I know it, I want them to know it. I want them to know everything that I know, and hopefully they can use it and take it even further. In 1981, Sheenway School and Culture Center had the first Nihon Buyo dance troupe. We were the only Black dance troupe participating in the Nisei Week parade. We were the last group in the parade, but you know, my students had their fans, their kimonos, and we gathered. So many people kept joining in, and I remember one little African American guy said, "You're not Japanese." I said, "You don't have to be. Come on, come on. You know, just give. Teach the kids everything you know. Teach them everything you know."
Everything to know, please. And I mean, the way that, you know, you incorporated that into, and that's that's all. We could do a whole episode on your, you know, the artistry of your the artistry of your Japanese influence, inclusion in your career as well. The beauty of what you brought. And you know what, Janice, a lot of people, I remember telling you once that, you know, a lot of growing up, this is a side thing, that you were often thought that you were part Japanese. Now, whether that was because you did the dance so well, or the song, or whatever, or the look, you want to clear some air around the air right now about that?
Well, okay, I can clear the air, but it's not going to be as clear as even I wish it were.
Okay.
I mentioned to you when I did the fundraiser for the tsunami earthquake relief for Japan. There, I was with the company, and they were interviewing me. And they were trying to get the record straight. And so I was setting it straight. Okay, for once and for all, I am Black and Native American. I've got some Nova Scotian in me. I've got a bunch of other little stuff in me, but there's no Japanese. Because when I go to Japan, you know, I've seen it written in my bio in Japan, half Japanese, Korean, I'm half Korean. Philippines, I'm just flat out Filipino. Gotcha. No, that's not correct. So I thought I set the record straight. I'm a mixture, melting pot, but I am Black. Okay, so then, when I get back, my mother's cousin saw that interview, and he's the family historian. So he says to me, "Jan, I saw the interview you did, but I'm sorry to tell you that in my recent research, I found out that we have as much as 25% Japanese in our bloodline." So I don't know what I am, okay? I don't know what I am, but I know this. If you have a drop of Black, you Black.
Come on now.
I'm Black.
Right on,
I'm
sister.
Black. I'm Black and I'm proud. However, I am also an official Native American jingle dress dancer. I was inducted into the circle, I think it was back in 2005.
Okay.
So,
right, much respect. And I'm just getting a shout out to all the people that were there in New York for Brazil Day. If you remember that,
yeah.
Desio Catamasio, all of us are just, they're all sending love.
Tell them hello, I love them. Hey guys, you know, when I came back to New York, I tried to find that restaurant and I couldn't catch up with Wayne, so I couldn't find it. Had to end up eating at McDonald's. Where were you?
No, I'll send you the address and number.
Yeah, because I remember the promoters own a great restaurant there. You have to put that on the site, because anyone who goes to New York, you have to eat there.
Out of sight.
Best food.
Best food. Janice Marie Johnson, sister, I love you for here and forever. And thank you so much for joining us today.
My pleasure. And please don't forget, all hands on deck for EduTech. SheenwaySchools.org. Go to GoFundMe, type in Sheenway Schools, SHEEN, Schools, SCHOLLS, and you'll find Sheenway Schools and Culture Center. Thank you so much. You know I had to get that plug in there. It's for the babies.
Oh, yeah.
What I won't do. I'm going to speak on Sheenway.
You got to. And
Thank you.
To do another episode where we invite Auntie Dolores and you, if we can help put that together, and we do a whole Sheenway episode. You know,
Absolutely. But meanwhile, go online and check out the Sheenway Schools here in Safakope, West Africa.
You got it.
Yep.
Thank you,
And hey,
Janice.
I got some new music coming out. I'm gonna come to you so you can let them know when it's ready.
You know what? You better come on. We'll put it on top burner, and it'll be
Hey
so,
now,
you know.
it's
So,
almost there. I got some stuff too. Okay, I'm planning to go back. I'm planning to go back in music history. Okay, I plan to. I'm not finished yet. Let me put it that way. You know how you do rags to riches to rags? I got to get back to riches. I'm on my way.
Right on, Jen. And you're writing the book. And the book.
Yes. And not only that, you guys, I don't know if you can see this, but this is my jewelry line. It's music to your ears. The site's not up yet, but when it is, musictourears.co. But you'll be able to go to tasteofhoneymusic.com and I'll give you information. Can you see these little guitar pick earrings? They're all autographed on the back. They're wooden ones that are engraved and so forth. So get it together. The site will be up by October 15th.
Those right now, the earrings right now, can we order those right now?
Actually, you can't because it's not up, but I could probably put something up where you can.
Okay.
You know, I'm in the process of putting the site up.
People are online saying, I want one, where can I get one? So you know.
Well, you know what I've been doing, I've been giving some away.
Right on.
So yeah, go to my Instagram page, I'm giving stuff away because they have a Trivial Thursday. My good friend Monet, thank you, Monet helping me. It's just too much stuff to do. I can't keep up with all of this stuff. This is what I mean. No one does anything alone. A lot of people take credit for it. Even you're not doing your show alone. So I've had to have help in getting help in responding because, you know, I've got 4 Facebook pages. I've got 2 Instagram pages. And it's hard going on and responding. Don't think that I don't love you because you don't hear from me. I'm doing better. So hang in there. But yes, I'll be posting some information on where you can get the product because it's not going up until October 15th, but I've got some stuff for everyone. Ooh-wee. Go to my website. I may sneak some stuff up earlier for those people like you who know. You know, the in crowd, right? Those who watch this show, those who tune into this show, yeah, you can get some now because you're going to be the only ones that knows where to go, right?
Come on now.
The other ones that have to wait until October 15th.
You know what, y'all? Janice Marie just gave us an exclusive.
That's right. That's love. That's keeping it in the family.
That's right, sister. We love you. Thank you.
Oh, God. Thank you so much for having me. I mean, I love you, Mr. Brooks, and the Bond family, Miss Wendy.
That's right. The Positivity Posse. And we're going to send out to you, too. We're going to send it to you.
All right. Great.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Precious.
You got it, girl. You all know, you know what, y'all? We just heard it directly from the one and only Janice Marie Johnson. And you can see what we're talking about here and what I was mentioning when we opened the show of her passion for life, her passion for positivity, her passion for realness and giving back to the younger generation, not just of artists, but the younger generation, period. Because y'all, she's one of the ones you hear me say all the time that I know how important that is to leave our gates open. My generation to the younger generation and even generation before me, when those gates are open, we can communicate, we can laugh together, we can cry together, we can grow together, we can learn together, togetherness. That's what it's all about, you know? And that's all we're trying to do every Sunday at 1:00 p.m. Pacific Coast time when you join us at the Victor Brooks Show, Facebook Live, Positivity Posse Crew Quarantine Series, y'all. You know, don't forget to go over to YouTube channel. Right now, you know, the numbers are kind of like pitiful, but we're glad that I'm gonna keep it real. But every time you join us over here on Facebook, it just brings a smile. I can't tell you how during the whole week I look forward to being here with you because you tell me so much of how much you're looking forward to being here with us. And when you get a chance, go check us out on YouTube. We have some previous episodes, some episodes you haven't seen on Facebook. And go ahead and press subscribe, help us build those numbers up so we can continue to share the positivity around the world for those who don't even do Facebook, who are exclusively there on YouTube as well. And don't forget for our audio heads, we're on all of the audio formats, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcast, and on, Spotify, SoundCloud. Just wherever you hear your audio podcast, go ahead and click that and join us there when you're riding down the street or just want to put your headphones on and not have to, check the video out. Check us out on there. So we love you and we love being here with you. And like I say every weekend, y'all, positivity pool, take a shower in it. Take a bath in it, scuba dive in it. Hell, if you want to skinny dip in it, do that too. But the main thing is when you come out of that pool of positivity, sprinkle it on as many people as you can, because that's what it's all about, y'all. Come get some of this positivity on you. We love you, and we'll see you next time, next Sunday on the Victor Brooks Show Facebook Live Quarantine Series.